Hello, this is Gorillas Freak 25. Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2017. And as I promised, I'm going to review the first movie I've seen for 2017 release, Split. Split is an M. Night Shyamalan film, and as many people know with his films, the M. Night films I call them, they usually have a good twist. So I'm going to go ahead and review this movie. The movie stars Kevin McAvoy, or I think it's James McAvoy, I'm sorry. I don't know much about him, but he does a fantastic job. Anyway, he plays a demented patient with, I guess you call it multiple personality disorder. I think they call it something else in the movie, where basically he has 23 different personalities. These personalities not only vary in IQ and personality type, but they also vary in physical attributes. One day, he randomly gets in these girls' cars and kidnaps them with one of his personalities. So these girls are kidnapped throughout the entire movie in this basement somewhere. Well, depending on which personality, they can luck out. So he might come in with one or the other, but the common denominator between all of them is they won't let him leave for one reason or another. And throughout the movie, he has a therapist who he sees back and forth in between, he'll check on the girls, go to his therapist, and come back. So that's what the movie's about. So anyway, it's about these 3 high school girls trying to escape. And I'll tell you right now, I'll say it again, he does a fantastic job. Like I said, I've never seen this guy in anything else, don't recognize him, but kudos to him. I heard he was in the X-Men series, which I don't watch, so maybe he's a really good action movie star. But the thing I love about this movie is it just keeps you guessing, which personality is he going to be? And then when you find out, it's well, what's the quirk with this one? But it's still got that creepy, abduction movie, like a killer's after you and all that. But anyway, now, as I mentioned, there's a twist. In my opinion, it's the worst twist in the entire movie series, and I won't give it away, in all of his movies, because it's the only M. Night twist which requires prior knowledge to another entity before the film. In other words, you can't just watch this movie only and understand the twist. And that's all I can really say without giving anything away. And if you're confused, well, you should be. And that's what I didn't like. So at the end, I didn't quite understand it. I had to look up, online to see what the twist was all about. And the ending was a little messy because of the twist. And you see, I just don't think it should have had to be like that, I just wish it could have been a straightforward twist like the other ones. For example, in this movie, The Village, we found out, easily that's the twist. And this movie, The Happening, as silly as it was, that's the twist. This one, you're kind of confused unless you know beforehand. So that's all I could really say about that. So anyway, I would recommend this movie for anyone who's into thrillers, specifically psychological thrillers. For anyone who's into psychology in general to see how accurate they are. Anyone who has an interest in, the multiple personality disorder that they're calling it something else now. Any of that. I would also recommend to anyone who likes M. Night films. He's a good director. I like most of his movies. I know he's controversial and some people think he's terrible. But if you're looking for a gore fest or cussing or sex, you're not going to like this movie. There is a scene where it reveals a girl's body, but even though the actress is 22 years old, she's viewed as a high school girl in this movie, and it just makes you kind of feel odd. I don't know, but anyway. She has a nice big butt on her, but that's all there really is to say. So I would recommend seeing it. And the first 2017 release movie I've seen, I highly recommend seeing it. Not only that, I'm looking forward to 2017 movies now. January kind of starts you off with some movies you're a little unsure how the year's going to be. I think we're going to have a better year than last year because 2016 was pretty weak in the movie community. It really was. And I know movies have been going downhill since the 2010s started. I mean, the 2000s were pretty good, and then I thought the 90s were great. And the 80s, 1980s had the best movies of all time, no doubt